Councilmember Adams.
I'm on the floor. Excuse me. I'm on the floor.
I have now recognized.
She's acknowledged.
I'm sorry. I've now recognized Councilmember
Thank
Adams.
you. Much due respect to everything that's been discussed. Earlier this morning, we had a council member to say no more discussion. I was up for Q, so I didn't get an opportunity to discuss. And so now the same council member puts a tag, and now it stops all discussion on such a very important issue. I think this takes precedence over historic preservation. I think this has taken precedence over a lot of things that we've been bringing to the forefront. Then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, it's what I say or nothing. I guess my question to you, Mayor, would be, we are a council of 14 council members and 1 mayor. I want to know from you, what is going to be the role of this council to make decisions based on something such is so important as this issue? There's 2 things that's on the floor that has been discussed. I think it is an injustice as a council member that things are brought to the forefront and not properly being discussed with council members to give us a voice or an opinion. It's like, no disrespect to you, but in a form of something of this importance. Now, earlier in our MOFAR, it says that we're $49.5 million short of selling property. If we don't sell this property by the end of June 30th, we're going in with the shortfall, going in the negative. We're saying, being responsible of taxpayer dollars, that we don't have the money to add 2 new seats to our budget. We just don't have it. But now we're hearing that council would have to decrease their budgets by 30% to pay for the additional 2 council seats that are coming. So I think that a council, that we should have the appropriate discussion as a whole as being council members that are here. I think Councilmember Clutterbuck is very experienced when it comes to parliamentary procedures. I think that once we all said tag, that should have been it earlier. It shouldn't even have been brought forth for discussion. It shouldn't have been called out. The next speaker shouldn't even have been allowed to speak. We all said tag. That should have been the end of it. But we were allowed to continue. Now I'm asking that the body, that we continue to respect each council member to move forward. Earlier, yes, I do take it personal when I was up to discuss. We want to suspend any more discussion on early communication. I take it personal. So I think that we need to follow every parliamentary procedure when we're moving forward with this discussion, because this is something, my first hearing is tomorrow. It's tomorrow night, which is Thursday night. I had to ask, no disrespect to Director Gafford and Jerry and Margaret. They've been doing a wonderful job. But I'm just getting a meeting today, and I've been asking for one because I'm the first meeting tomorrow. I didn't have a clue on how we're moving forward in the hearings on tomorrow night. I'm just getting a meeting today, and I had to call one, go out there, and I saw Jerry, say, Jerry, I need to meet with you today because I don't know what the layout of the meetings on tomorrow, and it's happening in District D. That's not respectful as a council member when I don't know how we're moving forward. So in order for us to move forward in such, this is really important, and I'm asking you as the leader of this city to just listen to what the council members, what we have to say. And we're not allowed to discuss it, and we're not allowed to have a say-so. It's brought before a council. Then it's like, what's the use of us being around here? We can't even come up with a comment or make a motion to move forward, to hear what council member started with her opinion is about her district, hear Councilmember Clutterbuck, and hear the large council member saying, wait, hold up, stop. But it seems like no one is listening to us as a council, and it's like we don't have a say-so. We can't vote to go one way. I know we have rules, but it's like, at least discuss with us. At least discuss with us. And so that's what I have to say, because I think it does us injustice when we cannot communicate to our constituents in an appropriate manner. The charter says what it says. It is what it is. It's no buts. It is what it is. So I don't know what rules we're following, but I think, because I know after the day the numbers came in with the census, you sent out an article saying we're moving forward. And I read that, and I'm like, wait a minute. She's making a decision without discussing with council we're moving forward, without a discussion to say, okay, council, we need to come. We pulled Councilmember Sullivan off redistricting committee. We have not had a redistricting committee since all of this stuff came forward, so we can discuss. So where are we? So I have an issue with that. People saying, you know, you're passionate about what you believe in. Yes, I am. Because people know I'm transparent. I'm going to talk about stuff that I believe in. I'm going to talk what's right. And so how we move forward, and that's something, as a leader of this city, we voted for you. You're here. But how are we going to communicate with all of us as a body to be able to move forward? And I think that has not been done.
Okay.
And I want to yield to Councilmember Clutterbuck for the rest of my time.
Thank you, Councilmember. There's been a number of parliamentary inquiries.
I have a parliamentary.
I asked for the
procedure,
tags to be.
Mayor.
I asked for the tags to be removed. Councilmember Sullivan did not remove his tag. It is no, ma'am.
Point of order.
No, ma'am. I will finish my statement. It is always appropriate for council members to make a motion to overrule a tag, but unless there's an objection of the body for an issue of this importance, Council Member Adams, we will attempt to discuss it as much as possible. I am waiting for right now, all I have is the tag. There's been no motion to overrule the tag.
But
I am going to rule that all discussion is out of order unless there is a motion to overrule the tag. Councilmember Clutterbuck, you had a parliamentary requirement.
Thank you, Mayor. You stated it that properly. All discussion should cease since there is a tag on the table unless there's a motion to override the tag. Thank you, Mayor.
I wanted the opportunity to respond to Councilmember Adams' charge that I was trying to stifle debate. I was, in fact, trying to allow the appropriate debate at this council chamber. Discussion will cease and we'll move to the next item.